Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Day Drinking with Bilbo. Welcome back to Alyssa. I know you guys are getting her a lot lately. That's because we're filming a lot over the course of the weekend so that she can be involved because let's face it, we all know you're tuning in to see her face, not mine. Tonight, we're actually doing kind of a classic pairing with a twist. We're going to pair spaghetti, yeah? And just a tomato sauce. We added fresh garlic, fresh onion, and fresh spinach to our tomato sauce. Now, I did use a canned sauce. There's three ways to make sauce for spaghetti. You can make it homemade where you use canned tomato and tomato paste and sugar and kind of make it your own thing. Something I grew up with. My mom used to make it all the time. In fact, she's pretty well known for her spaghetti sauce. You can go buy a can at the store, or you can do what we did, where you take the can and then make it your own. So we took the can, we had a fresh spinach that we had delivered last weekend from one of the farm deliveries up here. The onions also from that same delivery, and then some fresh garlic. And I added a pinch of Hawaiian sea salt in there too, because I do like the way that it elevates the dish. So, nice spaghetti. Now, what would you pair spaghetti with, do you ask? Well, of course, wine. Why wouldn't you? Now, traditionally with a spaghetti and a red sauce, I'd pair it with a red wine, right? That's what every sommelier has ever told you. But we're actually going to do something different tonight. We're going to pair it with three different wines. We're going to start with a white wine. Actually, I'm not going to show you until we actually do the things. We're going to do a white wine, a red wine, and a dessert wine to kind of round it out a little bit. Now, I do warn you, this spaghetti is fresh. We just made it, so it's hot, so you'll excuse us if we make faces during this. But anyway, on to the next episode of Day Drinking with Bilbo. Alyssa, I'm going to let you go first with the white wine while I talk about it a little bit. So this is a Chateau Saint Michel Riesling. This is from Washington. Now, Riesling can be one of two things. It can be either a dry Riesling or a sweet Riesling. I like them both, frankly, and it depends what winery you go to and how they handled it in the process. It can either be dry or sweet. This one is definitely a sweet Riesling, which actually might lend pretty well to the tomato, I would think. Tomatoes are actually very sweet. You often use tomatoes in a savory setting, but tomatoes are fruit, and it is sweet. That spaghetti's good. Okay. What do you think?
So I think I liked it better than I thought I would. I thought it was going to be too sweet for the spaghetti. But it was actually quite tasty.
Yeah.
I would definitely drink a glass of that.
So this Riesling's actually right down the middle. It's not overtly dry. It's not overtly sweet. It's a sweeter dry. What we say when we say dry with wines, you think of red wines being dry and white wines being sweet traditionally. It has to do with tannins, and tannins are these gorgeous, beautiful things that are naturally produced when you ferment grapes. And when you take a white wine, something like this, and you give it a little swirl like that, there's not a whole lot of tannin in this, right? You can't see any of those legs that we talk about up on the bottle or up on the glass there. Now, for our next one, we're going to go to a red wine. And before I let Alyssa get on this, and I haven't even rinsed yet, I'm just going to give this a swirl. I'm going to try not to spill everywhere. But you can kind of see a little bit of how that is up there on the glass. You can see how it's raised up there. Those are called the legs. So I'm going to let you do that one. I'll take a sip. Actually really proud to showcase this wine because it's from a winery right here in Crestline, California. This is from Sycamore Ranch, one of our favorite wineries, and one of my partners. I've done pairing classes there and hope to do many, many more in the future. This is their 2018 Ranch Red. It's absolutely phenomenally delicious. It's one of my favorite wines that they do. It's everything you want in a red wine. So that's a lot drier than the Riesling was. If you think about a dry wine and what the tannins do, they actually, go ahead, you can move. They dry out your palate. You can feel it actually suck the moisture out. But it creates such a beautiful flavor profile on your tongue. It's incomparable. Oh, I'll let you go first.
I mean, I feel like it's like the classic
These were meant to go together.
spaghetti and wine pairing.
Yeah, especially this blend. This blend's just amazing. Let's real quick. So it's Cabernet Sauvignon, Primitivo, Syrah, and Petit Verdot are the what goes into this blend. If you ever get a chance to come up here to Crestline, please go see them. They'll do a tasting. They'll give you a little tour of the grounds, and they will chat with you the entire time you're there. They'll tell you anything you want to know about wine and how they produce it. So this red wine with a red sauce spaghetti is a traditional pairing, but in particular, I feel like that went really well because of the varietal. You're getting 4 different varietals in that red wine when you're doing a blend like that. Wow. I really enjoyed that one, actually. I like the white one, too, so I'm not even sure which I want to jump on just yet, but that was delicious. Now, I've done many, many wine pairings. You can go ahead and move on to the dessert wine. I've done many, many wine pairings, and we talk in depth about tannins and palates and profiles and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go too in depth into it here because A, I'd rather you paid and came and took a live class. But B, also, we're trying to keep these relatively short, and I want to eat this plate of spaghetti. So we're trying to keep them a little quicker. So this is our dessert wine. Now, dessert wine, you're thinking of a port. It drinks very, very thick. It drinks like dessert. It drinks like a syrup that you would put over like vanilla ice cream. Our dessert wine that we're doing in particular right now is actually not a port. It's an Alicante Bouschet, which is a grape varietal. It drinks a lot like a port, though. I mean, you wouldn't know the difference if you didn't know the difference. Wow, so interesting. I'll let you go before I talk.
So I really like that wine. It's one of my favorites. It's a really good wine. I don't know if I would drink it while eating a plate of spaghetti. It wasn't the worst thing that I had, but it just clashes. Like It's just kind of something like, oh, I should be drinking this with like dessert or something.
Yeah, like after dinner. Yeah. We could absolutely drink this, but it's not something you want to pair with spaghetti, really. Real quick, though, just on this wine, because it is absolutely delicious. Another local winery. This is from Joseph Philippe, which is in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Another one of our favorite wineries. They have a gorgeous tasting room. And if you can, I don't know if they still do it, especially not down during quarantine, but I think they do tours on Sundays. Like if you get there at 1 or a little before 1, you can grab your glass of wine and then they'll take you on a tour. You get to go back into the barrel room, and it's just a really neat experience. Who would have thought? I mean, it's right there off Baseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baseline, just east of what's the main drag? Wow, Day Creek. And it kind of doesn't look like big grounds, but in reality, there's a whole vineyard behind it, and then they source grapes from other vineyards in the valley there. Really neat place, really cool experience, and delicious wines. I mean, we've always enjoyed their wines. So we showcased 2 local wineries today, which I love doing. I love showcasing a local small batch product. Out of the 3, what was your favorite? We had the Riesling, we had the Ranch Red Blend, and then we had the Alicante Bouschet.
I'm going to have to go with the classic red.
I would agree. Now, that being said, and I've always said this, if you prefer white wine with spaghetti, then drink white wine with spaghetti. If you want to drink the dessert wine with spaghetti, then drink the dessert wine with spaghetti. This is our opinion, and our opinion only matters to us, really. It's what our palate likes. Our palate is craving, because I agree with you. I think that red wine, that red blend with spaghetti was delicious. Now, if I was doing a fettuccine Alfredo, maybe, this Riesling would probably just jump right in there and be perfect for it. But, if you like a nice fruity wine with your spaghetti, then drink a fruity wine with spaghetti. No one's going to yell at you. And if they do, tell them to go jump off a cliff. This was a delicious pairing. I really enjoyed this one. We've got lots more pairings coming up for you guys, but in the meantime, please help us get through this quarantine together. Always wash the hands. Stay 6 feet away from other people unless you live with them. And if you can avoid it, don't go out. Just stay home. Have a glass of wine, have a plate of spaghetti, watch a movie on Netflix, and just hang out and have a good time, yeah? Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you feel like it, There's links in the bottom for Venmo and Google Pay if you want to drop a couple bucks our way to help cover some of the cost of the booze we're drinking for you. That would be awesome. We hope you enjoy these classes, and we look forward to producing many more, but hopefully not two more because we would love for quarantine to end.
Yes.
So do your part and enjoy your glass of wine.
Bye, guys.
Bye.